Further class racing in race number 9 at Sha Tin. It's the On Ting handicap over the 1600 metres. Hong Kong Great, a 3-time Group 1 winner in Chile, known as El Picaro for Ignacio Correas IV. We've got Mr. Alden, hit or miss type, but he drops £3 on that second behind Gift of Lifeline. The 5 Beauty Day, excellent second up record. He's had a trial behind Smart Wong Choi. 7 More Than a Horse, the pacifiers off, the blinkers and the shadow roll go on. Well, the employee ran 9th on debut, won 2 in New Zealand over 14 and 1600 metres on rain-affected tracks. Cheerful Leader drops £4 on that last start, third when he was 3 wide. The trip, it was a big effort. Such a happiness, a third and a fourth at Sha Tin since joining the Millard stable. And Decisive Action destroyed a Class 4 field to win the maiden last time. Arrives up in Class 3. Hong Kong Great, Tasha Delic and Mr. Alden, Tom, have been up at Chungfa.
Good to slow the prediction here. Again, a lot of these horses in this race do like to get back so they can probably spread out further than what's illustrated there. Hello Daddy's had a bit of a tough run his last couple, but here he is potentially leading here with Beauty Day. Zach Purton Rides ran second with Zach on board in a recent trial. Cheerful Leader was caught wide last time out. Shouldn't have that trouble this time round from gate 4. Hong Kong Great, he arrived here in January. And he's been given the snip since he's been here as well, and he's had a couple of barrier trials to prepare for this. More Than a Horse could get caught wide. Mr. Alden ran well last time out, but he's drawn wide in gate 11 for Sha Tin.
Here is Hello Daddy. As you mentioned, he had a hard run last time, but stayed on really nicely. Did win up to 2,000 metres in New Zealand. He's 1,600 metres here. He's got barrier 14, but if he can get across easy enough, I think he can feature in this race. Mr. Alden, he works nicely here as well. Look, he was a nice run from him behind Gift of Lifeline last start. He just got this awkward draw, barrier number 11, but his work's been good up here in Chungfa, so not bad from him. And Cheerful Leader didn't have too much luck last time. Again, he's been a bit of a costly horse, this one. He's been favourite in his last 5 starts, and he's only won 1 of those 5.
Hello Daddy, who again we saw in track work at Tom. The Poon trainer struck up a pretty good combination with him at his last 2 starts with a 3rd and a 4th, and as Paul said, he's concerned Sunday as he draws the outside gate.
Yeah, well, he's really improved to this horse, but just the draw again is a negative. He did win over 1,600 metres in New Zealand. He also won up over further than that. He was caught wide last time out, but I thought it was pretty game in defeat, really behind Picken, and he ran well prior to that as well behind Fantastic Show. So I think he's certainly worth watching in this race as Hello Daddy got him in on a minor line.
Yeah, I've got him in as well. I think he's going pretty well, named after one of your favourite programs when he raced in New Zealand there, Mark, SpongeBob.
Yep, can't bet a couple of square pants. Thanks, Paul. Bikini bottom. Mr. Alden runs second here, Paul. Cheerful Leader was massive in defeat, though.
Yeah, it was a good run from Cheerful Leader. Look, he's hard to leave out of your numbers. I've got him in again. He'll start favourite again. He's had the 5 starts. He has been a costly horse, though. Barrier 4 will give him his opportunity.
I'd be concerned if Paul was in the bikini bottom. This horse here, Mr. Alden, he hadn't done much in his runs prior to this, but improved and was able to run on pretty well with Sha Tin Matthew Chadwick on board last time out. Teton gets on board. Cheerful Leader was tightened up right in the shadows of the post there, but he's very hard to leave out just because he's so consistent. Vincent Ho rides this time round for Ricky Yu.
Just be thankful Paul's not standing at the touchscreen later today. Decisive Action here, Tom. Bolted in to break the maiden last time.
He absolutely bolted in all right. He won by 3 3/4 lengths. He travelled well, got out on the home turn from the rail position, and in the end, breezed on by. It was a very comfortable win. He's got £114 here, and if he was to bring this sort of form, Paul, to this sort of race, he could definitely win again.
Yeah, there's no reason why he can't. Look, he just absolutely... He could have won by more, couldn't he? He just had so much in hand. They put him up 10 rating points after this, so he isn't now in the bottom of Class 3, but look, the way he won that, you'd think he could win in Class 3, no problem.
What do you make of Hong Kong Great, Paul? He's a 3-time Group 1 winner in Chile, over 1,600, 1,700 and 2,000. He's obviously very smart, but how do we assess Chilean form?
It's hard to line up, isn't it? I don't know too much about it, but £1,063. We can only see what we've got in front of us. And look, his trials have been okay. The tongue tie will go on a debut. He does come in with an awkward rating of 80, which means he's got to carry top weight of 133. So for that respect, I'm just going to let him go by this meeting.
Yeah, I'm keen to see what he can do. He was held together there in that recent barrier trial. He's only had a couple of barrier trials. He was brought here for the 4-year-old series, but only arrived in January, so it was a bit of a rush in the end.
And Tom, his Beauty Days trial second behind Smart Wong Choi. His second up record is very good.
Zach was on board this horse in this trial as well, and he was kept on reasonably well, wasn't really pressured at all there behind Smart Wong Choi. Last time out he had the trail and was held up in the straight. In the end, well beaten, but there were some excuses for him last time out.
Yeah, all good draw. He's only had the one win. He beat Vincey on that occasion. Look, I'm happy just to watch him go, Ray.
Okay, selections, Paul.
Okay, I'm going to go with the 11, Such a Happiness. He's only had the 2 starts for the new stables. They've both been really good really good runs. Here over 1,600 metres looks ideal with a lightweight and a barrier number 3. So he's on top to beat Decisive Action. Look, if he reproduces what we just saw, he could easily win again. Hello Daddy in for third and Cheerful Leader fourth. 11, 14, 2 and 9.
I've stuck with Cheerful Leader. He was caught wide last time out in a small field, just a field of 10. He was able to run third, but he's had a really good season. 9 starts this season, a win, a few other minor placings. Only missed the top 4 on one occasion, but last time out, caught wide, loomed up, hit the front, just missed. So it was a really good run there from Cheerful Leader. The other few I've got in a 14 Decisive Action. If he was to bring that sort of run like he produced last time out to Sunday at Sha Tin, he could easily win again for Dinnership. His team going well at the moment. Such a Happiness. He made some ground out wider last time out. It was a decent effort again from him. He was a little keen. He was only beaten a length and a half. Antoine Hamlin rides for Tony Millard, and Hello Daddy there on a minor line. Didn't throw in the Chilean mark, but went with 9, 14, 11 and 2.
So Tom with the 9 to win race number 9 at Sha Tin on Sunday. Tasha Delik's come up fairly short in the market. Just before we go to a break, a reminder about Hong Kong Direct Big Show this week. Licensing announcements are out. You can find it all there with Graham Cunningham and Andrew Lejeune. Zach talks about the jockeys' title battle as well. Go to hkjc.com and click on the Multimedia Showcase and find out plenty of news on Hong Kong Direct. We're off to a break here on Racing to Win, race number 10 to preview right after this.